Well, let's just stand back for a moment. Think back to 1986, 87.
Mr. Rosenfield, what is the mood of the people out there in California right now?
Angry. We're fed up with 3 years of high insurance rates.
Faced with rate increases of 15 to 20% a year, an awful lot of motorists are going without insurance.
California was in the top 5 of the highest auto insurance prices in the states in the country.
Because there was no regulatory control at all. In California, the insurance companies were allowed to do whatever they wanted with prices.
We're fed up with moving from one neighborhood to the next and having our insurance rates go up 50%.
The insurance companies, they weren't just buying state lawmakers, they wanted to block the courtroom door so people who were wrongfully injured couldn't have their day in court under the law of torts.
People are angry, and that's why we put Proposition 103 on the ballot.
Harvey Rosenfield, David to the insurance industry's Goliath.
Auto insurance is too high.
Goliath fought back on the airwaves, making this the most expensive campaign in California history.
And the insurance companies were throwing anywhere from $60 to $80 million for TV ads and other propaganda to defeat us. And there was Harvey and me going up and down the state.
The leaders of the so-called voters' revolt were rocking, rolling, and reveling early this morning. They had passed Proposition 103 in spite of a $60 million insurance industry campaign against it.
This is a tremendous victory for the consumers of California, a tremendous triumph for grassroots democracy.
Most important provision of Prop 103 was how it was enacted, the voice of the people at the polls.
The impact that Prop 103 has had in this state.
Yeah, let me tell you, it saved billions and billions and billions.
The savings to the people of California just for auto insurance over the 30 years has been over $150 billion.
Set up consumer participation, and you could be an advocate challenging the proceedings.
So what we're advocating is that Allstate needs to lower its rates under new regulations that just passed.
Commissioner John Garamendi set today as the deadline for insurance companies to phase in new formulas for setting rates based on primarily driving record.
They would actually map out entire areas of Los Angeles, drawing a red line around those neighborhoods, and refuse to sell policies to people who live there. Or they'd charge so much that people just couldn't afford it. Proposition 103 made it illegal for insurance companies to redline communities or discriminate against people based on where they lived. So thanks to Proposition 103, people no longer need to choose between putting food on their table and paying their automobile insurance premiums.
This very, very special day, congratulations to all, and particularly you, Harvey. You started all this, and you've protected millions upon millions of consumers in California, and you set the pace for the entire nation.